Can you hear me?
Oh, loud music. It's too loud. Hi, Jake.
Hey, can you hear me? Is everything good on my end?
I can. Give me 1 second. It's not good on my end. So, there you go. Yes, Jake, you can. It's, again, when I do work, I have to increase the volume considerably because I do like web-based like conversations, like browser conversations. Yeah. And if I don't drop it again before the, streaming, it's like, it's so loud. Anyways, so then, Jake pulled in with the win. Hi, Jake.
Hey.
Saying, hey, I still didn't finish my turn on Densho because, Sal likes to hog the spotlight. So, so he didn't actually use those words. So, he actually offered to jump in. He offered to jump in. I mean, maybe if Cell wakes up and he's around, he'll actually want to finish his turn because he didn't finish his turn.
You know, somewhere like Cell's like getting uncomfortably turning over in his sleep.
That's true. That's funny. Yeah, but that's because he's back at his parents' house. You know what I mean? He's like, slow internet. No, can't do it. What we'll do is we'll actually, moving forward, we'll cancel Inclame and Regicide, and it'll just be all Warmonger all day. You know,
we'd actually get shit done every week.
Just be like 12 plus hours of Warmonger every week.
Of Cell. 12 hours of Cell somehow.
No, be fair. He would only take 9 of them. You know?
Yeah, true. He leaves us the last 30 minutes as like a, you know.
Yeah, so listen, I'm going to give you a heads up, Jake. Joey doesn't show up to Wednesday mornings lately. So, unless anybody pings him, you don't have to worry about Joey yelling at you during the session. You have freedom.
Okay.
Freedom. All right, we have to remember where we left off with you. So, let me make sure this is okay. I changed it over.
Honestly, right. I think I have a random event, and there was just one other one. And I remember what the other one was. If you tell me what it...
You'll remember what it is if I tell you?
I know what it is, but I don't know the person's name. That's a unique
memory.
I don't know the person's name. I have to talk to... someone's coming to talk to me because I had Irithel investigate their little group of treasure hunters or whatever they are.
Gotcha. All right, so you have, let's see, 2 vital bits of information from Zane Quinn. You were supposed to get. I don't think you got that yet,
do I have
did
to
you?
get that? No.
Okay. Let's see, there was still 20 BP worth of military equipment, but I don't think you're spending that yet. I think you're waiting until next turn to spend it. Let's see, you are the Traxian vassal state. The luxury store, I think you already started building. That's not done yet. That's next month, which will be after Cell's turn. You have your next turn. Then there is, I don't think you had any events left over. I'm going to double check that one. Did you do your random event or no?
No.
All right, cool. Let's see. Here we go. Jake laying down the law over there.
Kids running around when they should be in bed. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah, you're good, sir. Last night, I'm sure in other countries you guys have microwave popcorn as well, and it's like a decent sized bag. The brand we had last night was Orville, but it was a red box. Anyways, so I was pulling up his stuff so we can do his events. So those bags of popcorn have like a lot of popcorn. Like I weigh 205 pounds. I'm not a small person, right? And I can't finish one of those bags. It's just too much salt, too much butter, too much popcorn. That being said, it's so funny how it's you spell that. That being said, I made 2 bags of that popcorn to split between 3 little girls. They came back like 30 minutes later. Were like, "Can you make 2 more bags of popcorn?" That wasn't enough, and I'm like, "What? You just had dinner. You want more popcorn? No, absolutely not. No." So then the dad came to pick them up a little bit later on, and he was like, oh yeah, they have like a bag each, no problem. And I was like, it's too much popcorn. All right. Hi Jake, welcome back. Okay.
Hey.
Let's see. Did you implement martial rule?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, good. There you go. There you go. Young children shouldn't have freedoms. They should be locked into their bedroom, right? With only 2 bathroom passes for the rest of the day. All right, let's see. That is not for you. That does not affect you, so we are good to go there. Bum 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 bum. All right, let's see. Where is Dent Show? That's Mara's thing is already being took down. His drug is already being done. And this is not him, it's Kushi. That's gonna be a fun one. What's this one here? Dead Show. Ooh, I have one for Dead Show. Okay. We just have to wait for him to show back up. Cool. So I have that all set up over there. I have... Okay, cool. We are good to go. Let me pull up Kingdom stuff. Like I said, I had to switch gears, so him taking an extra minute is perfectly fine with me. It gives me time to even set up what we're doing. All right, awesome. Let's get everything pulled up for you guys to view. And there's his Kingdom sheet as needed, as well as the map as needed. Yay! All right. Getting this set up. All right, cool. So, while we're waiting for Jake to show up, anybody have any idea how Cell's plan is going to play out, the one that happened last session? This one's already done because he's still waiting on that one. This one he already knows. Okay, cool. I still don't think. I still think don't do the deal. Poorly, most likely, according to Steve. Go to war is fine. I'm not sure he landed on one. Is that a thing? Is what a thing? What are you talking about? All right. Oh, and then there's that name that back to this. See, he always says the name, spells it funny. Just gotta get the name spelled correctly for you. That's the name, just so you know. All right. Hi, Jake.
Hey.
You good now?
Oh, as good as I can be till the next scream.
All right.
Yep. Siblings, right? They love to fight.
So that was the funny thing last night is because we had sisters over, and one is all the birthdays are within a few weeks of each other. It's the end of September to the end of October. So one is pretty much exactly a year younger than Aurora, and one of them is pretty much exactly a year older than Aurora. And so the two of them fight constantly, and they have very different personalities. I always say Izzy's a foghorn, because Claire is like, she'll go into a conversation. She's the 7-year-old. She'll go into a conversation like a normal person, like a child, whatever. Just be like, randomly bring up a random detail that you just like, where did that come from? Why is that there? It's like I'm having a conversation with Scott. And then it's perfectly fine. Izzy, however, will from the other room just be like, I don't know, I don't like bananas! And you're like, why is she yelling about bananas? Like every conversation, you'd be like, hi, Izzy, are you having a good summer so far? The summer is great! I love the summer! And you're like, are you okay? It's a good day today! Like, calm down. But like, everything's a scream. It's like everything's yelling at you. So it's just funny because like they're off on the side playing, and then all of a sudden you just hear like screaming, and you're like, I think they're having fun. So, children. Anyways, so
my daughter, she keeps she's making this noise, and it's like a certain pitch, and Jax just can't take it. So like I have to punish her for doing it, but then she just doesn't get it. So it's like trying to explain how the spectrum works to an 8-year-old, and why they're not being punished, and why she's being punished, and it's just
yep,
lovely.
fun.
Yep.
So
one day I need her a little bit older so she can understand. But as soon as she gets older, then I'll wish she was younger again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Well, that's always the problem, right? Like I just wanted Rory to be out of diapers, and now I'm just like, oh my god, I miss the deep belly laughs and whatnot. That you know that laugh that only babies have. You know,
yeah,
it's like that like back of throat kind of like belly laugh, and once they hit a certain age and it's gone forever. But the diapers are also gone, and so you're like, yeah, I don't know, were the diapers worth it? I think they were. Damn it. I hate poop, but damn it.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right. All right, cool. So enough of being boomers. Anno's not here, so I'll say it for him. Okay, cool. So these events that you have going on here, I just kind of copy-pasted it to you. Which do you want to do first? Do you want to do your which event first?
I don't think we really have time or knowledge to do the Triaxian Vassal at the moment.
We just do it kind of like how we did cells. So very, very basic stuff coming off of it. So it was more or less a matter of naming it, which I think you already had a name written down somewhere, and picking its location on the map and making sure that location's visible to you, which I think you had already picked a location before. We just
we
give you an off-colored thing. Yeah. And then so we can take care of that one. Oh, I feel like we're forgetting one thing on this list of stuffs too. Oh, there was something that we were talking about on Monday night, and we were like, oh, I don't know, Jake doesn't have a note about that on his thing. And I can't remember what we were talking about. They were like, Jake doesn't have a note, so I have no idea where that stands. Maybe somebody in chat will remember, because I do not recall. But while that's going on, let's get into some details. Do you want to? It was how long until something? Oh, how much time is left on the proxy war? Because you have up here just what the proxy war costs you, but not the length of time on your spreadsheet.
That's what I chose. I told them I'm supporting them for 6 months. So I think there's 3 left or 2 left, one or the other. I
Oh,
think
'cause
it's on there.
no, I know that, but it doesn't have how long on here. Is my point.
Um, yeah,
Unless you have
it does right
unless you
next
have it
to
written
the
somewhere.
tax. You
Oh,
see the
okay.
tax? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So here we go. So chat, I was looking over here because I personally use my little notes down and around there. Because if you look, it says proxy war and recruits and whatnot. Can I zoom? Well, let me zoom. Okay. Do it this way. So I usually leave my notes right here, but it's literally right here. So, it's there. I'm just gonna blame Viking for not noticing that last session, because he should have seen that. So sorry to bother you about the shake.
No, you're good.
Yeah, well, I mean Viking's not, but yeah. All right, cool. Let's get into it. Which thing do you want to do first?
Let's do the speak to Sonia Braden.
Oh, okay, so this is the hobo.
Yes.
Perfect. So when you speak to her, the way that had played out last time was, I can't remember which choice you made. They were more or less making claim to a bit of land that existed out there, and you had the option for drive them out of the lands. You had the option for people that are intriguing, clearly possess knowledge that we should aid them to figure out like where they're from, what they're doing, so on and so forth. Maybe they can help us learn some more about our history. And then finally, there was the last
we
option.
investigated them. I think it was Irithel. Yeah.
Irithel, and he did investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he looked into them, but you didn't act. Now you want to speak to them. Okay, cool. So you have a meeting put in. I think what he came back to you with was she's willing to meet with you, and her name is Sonia Radin. So, cool.
Yeah, we learned all about her. I don't know if you have it in
Sonja.
front of you or not. I can't remember. They're a group.
Yep.
And they're actually fairly strong.
Yep.
I can't remember any more than that.
Yeah, cool. So you know that they're from an organization or a group, or whatever you want to call it, called the Order of the Eternal Guard. That was from over in, excuse me, technically they're Perrin, because they're over from the region of from the province of Vala. So technically they are Perrin, but don't identify as much. It's kind of like people that live in Georgia. Technically they're American, but they don't identify as American. They identify as rebel scum, or Confederates. So yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, so Joey, what is it? Prove me wrong. Change my mind. Georgians are Confederates. Change my mind. Oh yeah, totally just Texas. Sure. All right, back to you, sir. So you'll meet with her. She's offered to meet with you, and I imagine you're going to invite her to your home as opposed to you traveling out into the field.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you invite her to your home, and she arrives. Being a hobgoblin, they're not particularly large in stature, right? So, but she's actually a decent-sized hobgoblin, considering being again hobgoblin and female, standing at about 5'2". She stands above pretty much all other women and a good portion of the men that you imagine she's come across. So sitting at 5'2", she walks in with very finely crafted armors. We're talking armors unlike you've ever seen even Shadow produce. Wearing a very ornate helmet, having a pike in her hand, with once again just a very wicked looking spearhead or tip to the pike, and a haft to it that looks like you believe it's made out of wood, but it's this like very bleached out whitish color. Almost looks like ivory, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna assume it's the dogs running around upstairs. It's getting loud. Yeah, okay, that's them playing. I hear eight paws jumping about. Okay, sorry. It got very loud. Anyways, so she comes in, and she has a very stern expression on her face. You can imagine it's also partially just a practiced expression, because of the profession that she has, right? Anyways, so she comes in, and stands before you. She does not bow.
Yeah. Sorry. They sent a request through originally. I'm pretty sure.
What
And it
what
was
they wanted to come through and more or less look for lands that belonged to their people before, or I should say, belonged to their people, and to take it again, to claim it again, because there's land here that if it belonged to them, it's theirs, according to them. Kind of like what China's doing with like Tibet and stuff like that. Just like, yeah, 100%, that's our lands. Yeah. And then in theory, if they're here, it's not bad to have them around.
yeah. All right. So Rex would just say, Sonia Radin, you have spent some time within my lands. Have you found what you were looking for?
1 second. I'm trying to fulfill a request. I had Destiny music on. There we go. There's a very different tone between the two types of music. This is a very fair request. Okay. You have to have a more mellow song, music for a more mellow campaign. Can't have the music be more exciting than we are. Anyways, so you say, have you found what you're looking for? She responds saying, there are multiple locations that we believe to be the land that we're looking for. We haven't solidified any details yet.
I see. And if you do find what you're looking for within Densho lands, what is it that you plan to do?
What we are looking for is not for Densho lands, but lands that belong to us, in accordance to, sorry, dog coming in. Lands that belong to us, have belonged to us for many centuries prior to your bloodline's existence. We will take our lands, and we will live on it.
It's interesting that you believe that.
It's not a matter of belief, it's a matter of fact. Belief comes into play when there are no facts to rely on.
Well, I guess there is nothing more to be said until you figure out what apparent spot this is supposed to be. So I believe in your original request, you requested... I don't remember what she requested. I think there was one option where I could just send some people with her.
Yeah, to more or less aid them.
Yeah.
Offer them food, shelter, equipment, aid them, so on and so forth.
Yep. Are all the spots within Densho land?
She doesn't know your boundaries to answer that question, but you believe so, yes.
That's interesting. And why do you believe it is here?
I'm relying on information from old texts. When the location is discovered, it'll be verified before acted upon.
Well, I guess there's nothing we can do until you either verify or don't.
I disagree. It seems as though you have an intention of leaving things with animosity. There is a tone to you that suggests that you do not like this current arrangement.
Just as you wouldn't like it if I walked into your supposed home and said it's not your home anymore.
These aren't lands that your people are currently living on or using.
No. If we look over at the map, Can you kind of point to like ping where she's kind of looking?
Hold on, give me one second. And I have to switch it over so that you can see what we're looking at. Cool. So she's looking at mostly along down in this area down here, kind of down along this region here is where they're spending their time.
I see.
But to be fair, it also kind of like goes over along this area as well, a little bit into Shadow's lands.
Yeah. Well, they are currently areas in which you're looking that we have claim to. They are our lands. There may not be a settlement there, but they belong to us.
Just because you say it belongs to you, but there's nobody living there. So I'm sure that we can come to an arrangement.
Isn't that what you're doing?
No, people will be living there and utilizing the lands. You do not utilize the lands. You make claim to boast.
I do utilize the lands. All where you are referring to is all farmland to feed my people.
She waits until you're done.
And then he says, but I see what you're saying. There may be deals that can be made then. He just leaves that open.
Okay. She says, what deals are you thinking of?
Well, I'm not sure until I know where the land is.
So you want me to inform you where this land is so you can put an arbitrary value onto that land and then apply some degree of tax or charge for me to borrow back the lands that belongs to my people.
You say you belongs to your people. It doesn't belong to your people. It belongs to mine. It may have belonged to your people hundreds of years ago, but it doesn't at the moment. Correct?
The title that you have, when translated to the more commonly used tongue of Perrin, it means warlord, does it not?
It does.
Well, let's see if indeed you can live up to that title. And she's turns and she walks out of the place.
All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna have Irithel more or less keep tabs on him.
So for Irithel, who I don't think is doing any tasks this day, he could do. This is a pretty mild one. I'd say it only takes a week because mostly it's just done by people keep an eye. Gonna continue to watch. Give me 1 second. This is the economy roll for you. Which for you is a +1. Irithel is a +11, so that's a 12. And it's only against a DC 16, because you already rolled against this last month, didn't you? So
Yeah.
it's only against a DC 16, you have a 12. So the odds are very much in your favor. Okay. 16, so that gets you to your +6. So it's a success, not a critical success. Are you happy with it? You're gonna try to luck it.
I will try and luck it, but from what I remember, I don't believe there is any luck there. I'm pretty sure Cell tried. It was one of the last things he did. So give me a second.
Sorry, I had to.
You're good.
I didn't have to. I wanted to, I should say. Okay, cool. So you, sir, are are a success with it. So you do continue to watch them as they're kind of like going about here and there and choosing the locations. So most of the locations are areas that you just genuinely don't care about. That they are somewhere along the border of the Barrenlands. They're looking for little areas that would stand out to where it is, and to kind of point out where these areas are on the map. Kind of, this is where they're solidifying down to. So one such area is this hill over here. Let me know when you see it.
1 second. Oh yeah, I see that one.
Okay. One such area is actually down and over in this hex in this corner over here. Because again, it's on like that border between what will eventually become Paradel, right? In the future, you know.
Yep.
And then their future, not your future. Well, maybe your future too. Well, anyways, and where the Barrenlands is. So like I shouldn't just say that one hex. It's like kind of like along these two here. And then there's a third location that is of interest to them. And it is actually the ruins inside of Kabe.
Ah, that's hilarious.
So, Arithel comes back and informs you that it's one of these three locations is what they've kind of narrowed it down to, where they're searching for. And, well, he says, it seems as though they also believe that the ruins that exist inside of Kabe, a location they hadn't contemplated prior to their invitation to meeting with you in our lands, that has caught their interest. They believe that might be the location. As a matter of fact, a request was put in for them to search through the ruins to confirm as to whether or not that is the location they're looking for.
That's funny, Earthel. That is very, very funny.
I don't find this one amusing at all, Warlord.
The group is what, 20 strong?
Yes. 20, yes.
If they try to settle any Densho land or muscle their way somehow inside Kabe, we'll deal with them. Unless you have another idea.
Well, Warlord, a pertinent bit of information. As we've continued to watch them as they've traveled through the lands, it is not unknown to them that we are watching them. For a myriad of reasons. But one of them also just because they've noticed our spies. I don't know if it was something that was always meant to pass or if it was a matter of proving a point. But the different peoples there have done their hunting to provide food for those that are traveling. Every one of them that has engaged with a boar from the Barrenlands has been able to defeat it without even a bit of effort. They are incredibly skilled warriors.
So we should just let them take our land?
Of course, that's not what I'm suggesting. I mean that if you're... we will deal with them after they make their claim. Sounds as though you mean to bring war to them. Oh. It is possible that we will lose considerably more numbers than you would anticipate with there being only 20 of them.
That would be unfortunate. Just when we're trying to swell our ranks, to lose many would not be ideal. Tell me, Irithel, is there any way you could I don't know, fabricate their claim in an uncontested land. Something turns up. Get them away from us.
Well, if what they're looking for is old ruins, it is possible that what they're looking for is not in Densho lands, but indeed in Shadowlands, as that seems to be where most of the ruins that have been discovered in the past decade have been located. Also, perhaps having them around isn't necessarily a bad thing. While disrespect of whoever their commander is not something that should be taken lightly, a bit more detail about this Order of the Eternal Guard. In short, they are a organization that sees it as their responsibility to hunt down and eliminate various, shall we say, monsters that exist in the world. Whether they be creatures that are living well beyond their time of death, or great beasts that roam the lands, and so on. These are people specifically for trained to hunt and fight such creatures. They could be potent allies, and who knows if they are politically neutral. Potentially, they could be hired as mercenaries to aid in battles in the future. However, disrespect from their leader is something that needs to be resolved if any relationship should exist. There needs to be a understanding.
Yes, but some are so stubborn that they'd rather cross blades than show a little respect where it's due.
Well, would you prefer I fabricate details to have them investigating the Shadowlands instead? Or shall we perhaps allow them to search the ruins of Kabe?
You know what, Irithel? I'm going to use a piece of advice. How to best handle this situation.
Well, I don't think that these people respect our culture or our ways. They see us as primitive or savage. And considering the quality of equipment that they have, far outshines the best that's all of Jinxie has to offer, coming from Shadow's lands, there gives a small amount of credence to their ignorant view. So placating to a degree would benefit us for how things play out in the future. Any animosity garnered now will only work against us. So, denying them access to the ruins would just breed more animosity. Allowing access to the ruins at least shows some kindling of friendship. Now, if those ruins do end up being what they're looking for, it is likely they'll inevitably discover that either way. But we can be ahead of it, the horse ahead of the cart, if you will. The Kamatori ahead of the chariot, if you will. Now I just see Naren riding around in a chariot behind a big bird. God damn it! Now I see Australians riding around behind emus on a.
If only, right? If only.
Like you have Jake and Tess just riding past each other for a high five, clap. Sorry. Oh God. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so yeah, the Kavatori, showing them the ruins, at least kindling a friendship or what have you. Now, if they claim those ruins, we can at least be there as they make this discovery and immediately start making decisions, or come to some degree of understanding. Warlord, I am very occupied and don't know what you intend to do with those lands. There was rumors that you wanted to put a foreign quarters there, and there were other rumors that you wanted to make a giant statue of yourself. Which of these rumors or something else that is true?
Oh, I think a giant statue of myself would look great, don't you, Urethel?
If I'm going to be honest with you, Warlord, the actual story I heard was that it was a statue of Mortifer, but then two other people in the room started shaking their head, and I made the assumption from there.
I could see Mortifer going around telling people that.
Well,
I guess people get quite a surprise then when it's not.
Well, a giant statue.
All the better.
A giant statue of you, then?
Yes.
Sounds brilliant, Warlord. It's hard for me to
Thank
not
you.
come off as snarky. Irithel is not snarky, Scott is. I'm sitting there like, sounds great, Jake. Best idea ever.
Listen, look, Jake also doesn't like the idea of building statues of himself, alright? But Varix loves it.
Oh, hi, puppy. Oh, you want to play? Without the little puppy ruining your day? Poor puppy. She's like, you only ever play with the puppy anymore. It's like, no. The puppy plays at me. You sit there and watch angrily like the old lady that you are. She's like, okay, will you play with me, though? All right. Anyways. Okay. She'll be tired soon. Anyways, so he says, I say we show them the lens. I think that would be a good idea. Now, before we show them, perhaps we can preface it in some way. If construction is already underway, maybe things would be a bit more reasonable for us. Maybe they'd be a bit more reasonable when we deny them their lands, or perhaps making some use of it, considering that a lot of what they were stating was that what we wanted was not to be, what they wanted was not even being utilized. Again, I think that this argument is foolish. There's no credence to it. It is Densho lands. This is not some new concepts conjured by Clan Densho to steal lands from everybody else. National borders have existed for as far back as nations have existed, as far as I understand. So you do not need to lean into their mindset, but perhaps by doing so, we ease tensions in the future. So I suppose go ahead, you first.
No. Actually, he will tell Urethel to continue.
So I suppose to summarize, show them the lands, and if you see it fit, do so after you begin construction on them. This would show kindness as well as purpose.
Well, Urethel, this is why I pay you. To do the thinking for me.
He frowns at that, but then says, there is also a final option. We lead them into the ruins, and since we don't really intend to use much of the ruins anyways, collapse them behind them.
What if it links to the ruins in Shadow and they just pop up out there?
Oh, I suppose that's why you do your own thinking, Warlord. I just mean,
you
if
make
they're
me feel
from...
smart sometimes, Urethel. I quite like that.
He nods and says, I just imagine if they're from an old dead culture. Perhaps we allow them to join it.
Hmm. That is a really good idea. Potentially a group to use if things go well. Or
Norway supports squatters' rights. Norway supports squatters' rights. Just saying. You heard it here first.
oh, how do we go about collapsing some of the ruins?
To that, I would ask Clan Shadows. I don't remember their name. It's like Tekken, Tiktung, Tark, Trex, somewhere along these lines. There is someone that is quite capable in such things. Shadow has collapsed mines pretty much every few months to resolve their problems.
That is true. How looking at the map again, in most of the lands I was looking at, especially the ones that are within Kajinxi, not on the barren lands there, I have things already on them, like farms, there's watchtowers on some. Is he suggesting building a settlement on a land that they're more or less saying, like, if they say one of those is theirs?
You'd have to ask her exactly what she's trying to get put together. Unfortunately, that kind of detail was not discussed with her last time.
No, Irithel said we should. He said we should build on them, or have something building when we show them.
Oh, I did the cloak. Yeah,
what do you think, chat? Should we show them the lands, or should we collapse the tunnel?
One day we go to
because their argument is stupid. We once think that we lived here, so it's ours. No, it doesn't work like that, buddy.
Too much fun's not anymore.
I mean, they can be useful, but I feel as though they're more than likely not going to be. Yeah, that's I don't understand.
You get so much sunlight that the melanin in your skin comes forward and makes your skin darker. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Joey.
Bye.
It's honestly the dumbest argument. Like,
all right, sorry. Rory's heading out to camp, so she was saying, "Give me a hug, goodbye."
She's heading out to camp. Did you say?
Yeah, she has a it's like a day camp that's done by the town here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. If it's a really hot day, there's actually a town. There's a public pool that's here. That the camp is literally like, it's attached. It's like done at a school, but not like inside outside, right? And if it's a really hot day, the kids get to go inside the pool, and they also have assigned swimming days. So which is really cool. And then they have like, you know what's really funny? Not only do they do all sorts of like different cool activities, they've been to like Canopy Lake and whatnot. Like they actually go on like field trips to like cool locations. Not only is there all that, but after camp ends, there's like an after camp care that we use as well for like an extra hour and change while we finish work. They get to do GIMP. Do you remember GIMP from when you were a kid? Or GEMP, not GIMP. GEMP. I think it's GEMP. When you were, do you remember that stuff?
No, I have no idea what that is.
So it's like long plastic strings that you either like put like beads on, or you just use the strings themselves and you like tie them in certain types of knots, and you make like bracelets and stuff like that out of it.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think we call it something else here, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's so funny. Uh it's just one of those things that was like it was like super popular in the early 90s, and then you're like it's one of those things that would come up if you were like hanging out with your friends. Oh, remember that stuff that used to she does it at camp. And Brittany and I were dying. We're like, because we were joking around about how camp when we were kids, I never went. They would have things like Gemp, and then Rory's first day at camp, she came back with like her friends are like making friendship bracelets out of Gemp, and we're like, what? That crap still exists. But anyways, so anyways, what were you guys saying while I was gone?
Oh, we were saying it how that logic that she uses is really dumb.
Which logic?
And stupid. This we think there's some land here that used to be ours a long time ago, and we're just
they know there's land there that used to be theirs. It's just they don't know where it is. They're trying to discover it. But yeah.
Yeah, which means they haven't lived there in a long time. It's not their land.
Oh yeah, it's been hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So they never lived there. Their forebears did, right?
Yeah. I have a question. If I want to set an ambush on them or something, right? Is that an advisor check?
You're gonna have to raise an army.
I have an army. I also have a fireball mage person.
Yeah, they could assist your army. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just wondering if it's a
Because we're not going to bring it down to individual scale combat. It'll have to be mass scale combat. Yeah.
But is it going to be mass combat or is it going to be an advisor check?
No, it'd be mass combat. An advisor check at best that would just be to beguile them into being ambushed rather than outmaneuvering you.
Yeah. All right, I think we'll talk to Shado, which means I think you said we could more or less put it off till the next month, talking to Shado about the ruins and such. And then I can make a decision on whether it's feasible to collapse the thing on them or, deal with it a different way.
Your month is behind. So yeah, you would, your next month, Tark or whoever it is would be able to help you. But I'm pretty sure that's the person that just got injured fighting the demon devil person. So you would definitely have to do it your next month. But they'd be able to assist you in the collapse. As to whether or not it's feasible to collapse, I can just tell you straight out. When you speak to his like engineers, they tell you yes, it's feasible. It might be a little bit messy if it's not done the right way, but
yeah. Damaging the ruins on top?
It might be a little bit messy, you try to keep it as confined as possible. So it all depends on, there's things that you plan for and then there's things that happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, well. I want to kill them, I'm not going to lie. I really want to kill them.
It makes sense that you want to, right? Because they're like a lawful neutral group, and you're like chaotic evil, so that makes sense.
I'm not chaotic evil, thank you. All right. Can I put this off till next month, or do you want me to deal with it now?
You can put this off till next month, absolutely. That being said, though, did you want to speak to Sonya again or no?
Iritho gave some good advice, and it was, did he want me to speak to her again?
He said that he suggests you invite them to go into the ruins, but he didn't say, whether or not to invite them a second time. That's on you if you're trying to gather any more information.
I don't think we will.
He was just saying, be courteous until it's time to do otherwise.
Yeah. All right, then we will. Obviously, watching them is one thing, but we're not going to act hostile towards them or any of that. Yeah. let's do. Okay, should we just collapse the thing on him? Chat, what do you reckon? Should I just collapse it? I'll go
Joey
on
also
to it.
gives the worst. Joey also gives the worst advice.
Yeah, that is true.
Joey's also like, make sure that you don't take Paradell's money, but still do everything Paradell's asking you to do. Like, still go to war with Throne, and do that whole thing that benefits Paradell in every way possible. But make sure you don't take their money at the same time. That way, you just get the worst possible outcome. That's Joey's advice.
Stop making good points, Viking. All right, I was ready to pull the plug. All right, we'll put it off till next week, next month, and yeah, we'll deal with it then.
Okay. Awesome. All right, cool. So you're gonna put it off till next month, and you'll meet with them then. Awesome.
Yeah.
After that, sir.
There will be asked to look at the ruins either way, so
There you go. All right. After that is, let's do the other one, since that took a hot minute. Here we go. Oof. Oh wait, no, this is finishing last month, so I shouldn't do this one. This should be your next month's turn. Do you want me to hit you with one now, or do you want to wait till next month? Do you want to get one out of the way, pull the Band-Aid, or do you want to have a month between?
more bad news. Bring it on.
All right, let's get the bad news out of the way. My warlord, we have an issue at hand. There has been a murder, and while usually the situation would be handled by someone many ranks beneath you, this case is particularly complicated. A young courtesan has been slain. The murder in question is not a mere clansman. Oh, I hate that word. But the son of another warlord clan. So, yep, the, what is it? The murder in question is not, yep. The crowd was outraged by this display and disrespect towards our own laws. We barely managed to save them, but the people are restless and demand blood. What should we do? And to be clear, so we know what's going on, there was a murder of a courtesan. That's like, a significant other. And, give me 1 second.
And the murderer is a son of a warlord?
Yeah, I have a warlord. Give me half a tick.
Yeah.
So the murderer was the son of a warlord and killed a courtesan, right? So the warlord in question, it's has to be, of course, a little complicated, because if it's not complicated, it's not fun. This is actually the son of Mamasu.
You would say that.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, he's in your lands for a reason. You guys just made wonderful relationships with him, so on and so forth. He came here to investigate, see things. Let's just say emotions rose and murder transpired. So now you have the son of the warlord of Mimasu is here and apparently killed a courtesan. So your advice is, from your grand diplomat, Misumi, I think her name is, warlord.
Correct.
I'm feeling guilty in this. because I'm the reason why conversations went as quickly as they did, and our relations have grown as rapidly as they have. And I may even have personally extended an invitation to him while I was in Manmasu. I don't think that it is possible that I even personally extended an invitation. That being said, we cannot allow this. We cannot allow the crowd to have the blood that they so desperately seek. We have to make sure the warlord's son survives and is brought back to Manmasu. That way we won't cause a diplomatic accident. As for the crowd, disperse them. It's not their decision anyways. Your consular, who the hell's your consular? I always forget. We speak to them so little.
It's Ygritte.
Yeah, so little. While I agree that we can't allow this person to die, I don't think we can just let them go. They broke our rules, and the people are justly demanding justice. But mob rule is not what we want. We can set up a proper process to make sure that we legitimize the outcome. That we can, of course, skew, if need be. They say, and there's a bit of an unease at the table about that one. And your spy master, who is, what's her hell from the south? That's the Russia, somebody else. Your spy master is, Irithyll.
It's Irithyll. Yeah.
He says, if I may, I see another solution, or at least the potential of one. This person is by all intents guilty. Now, while he might be executed or not, we still have him. And I'm sure that Clan Masu will be more than happy to have them back. For a price, of course. As for the murder, we can always fabricate evidence that it was someone else, if need be. But there is potential gains to come from this. Besides, I'm sure the warlord of Manmasu would appreciate a little strong-arm negotiation. All right. So the options so far are the crowd doesn't get to decide. We're going to bring them back to our ally, and they will do as they see fit. It's their child. It's a diplomatic situation. The counselor's suggestion is we set up a process and we do as we see fit. And we can always skew it if need be, if that's the way you want to do things. But we have to satisfy the laws of the lands to make sure that other people don't think more of this is just going to come about, that way it doesn't become a growing problem. And the spy master is, we handle it however you want, we fabricate whatever you need, but money chang chang, you know what I mean? So that's his option. You can open it to get other people's advice without using a special ability if you would like, because other people certainly have opinions. Let me know who you'd like to hear from.
Bring up my advisor sheet. Okay. How's the task? Who else we got? Anything from Urzog?
From Urzog. Urzog, yeah.
Warlord, there was disrespect. That happened before. And the way that it played out was in Shadow's courtroom. Densho laws have always been enforced by the old ways. To make an exception is to show weakness. through northern rule.
Misumi is bridling at this. Like, she is not happy by his suggestion. She turns on him almost immediately, and you can see that there's like venom dripping from her mouth as she turns to him, and she's like, and so your suggestion here is that we openly beat this man to death in the streets for all to watch and froth at the mouth and enjoy, so that word can return to our allies that we handle our relationship with them by beating their child to death in the streets. That is your suggestion. And he looks back at her and says,
We show strength. I suggest they respect it.
and she like throws a hand up. Like, oh yeah, sure. Okay, cool. That's exactly how we're going to handle that. All right.
Yeah. I mean, if this was any, if it wasn't the son of a warlord, Erzog's right. However, we are looking at a bigger picture. Do we know if Mimosu, they believe in the old ways?
So he's definitely a warlord, right? Give me half a tick to pull up detail for you. Nope, not that one. This one? Yeah, this one here. So, I would say they are very similar in mindset to you about a lot of things. As a matter of fact, you've already done diplomacy edicts with them, right? You know that their alignment is also lawful evil.
Yeah.
Which is what yours is, lawful evil. Your nation's is lawful evil, I believe. So
Yeah.
they yeah.
So you 100% did it? Like,
As far as you guys can tell, absolutely. If you want to stay it off while you do a further investigation, you can. But it is very suggestive that they did. So, and just so you know, the warlord of Mamasu, once again, his name is Warlord Hanso the Viper. So,
yeah. Does he have many children? Or has he only got the one?
Good question. Give me half a tick here. So, he has more than one child, to answer that question, because his one of his children is Kenji, who happens to be the heir, and then he has another one of his children is the general, and then I think he has his own. So let me just double check something with the general real quick. And because this is his son, his general is actually his daughter. So this is, I would say he has, as far as you know, because they are on his council, he has 2 children. That's all you knew. Apparently, he has more than 2. So this is not one of the rulers of not one of the leaders of the clan, but still one of his children.
So I have a suggestion, and you tell me how they feel about it.
Sure.
What if we afforded him the right of a trial by combat, as such?
Mm-hmm. So he murdered a courtesan, and in exchange, he gets to try to kill someone else. Okay, go ahead.
Well, listen, we have a theater opening next month. There's a big stage there. What if we write to the Viper, let him know the charges of his son, and see if he wants to maybe visit Densho and see if his son is innocent or guilty.
So you're gonna try more or
If
less
he's-
diplomacy on this one.
I'm thinking so. Look, I mean, the theater, like I said, theater's opening next month. I've got a dance hall, a couple of brothels around that area. Why not make an event of it?
Give me half a tick on who, because this sounds like the Grand Diplomat as an option, but I think first of all, she's already occupied this month, and second of all, this could absolutely
Is she occupied
be.
this month?
Yeah, she's already done a bunch of shit this month with the other things. Remember, this month has been going on for like 7 sessions. I think your counselor, Ygritte, might even be able to be the one to handle this. Because counselor's supposed to be like affairs of the people, and you also names them law speaker. So they could be the one to coordinate this. I could also see Lyra being the one to coordinate this because she's the warden, which once again oversees like the rules, like the safety or whatever of the town, and like overseeing the protection of important diplomatic figures. So I could definitely see her taking care of it as well. Yeah, I can see either Lyra or Ygritte being the one to do that.
Well, I think you said it best. Our law speaker. You go with Ygritte, I think.
You go with Ygritte? Okay.
And what are you going to set the DC as for this one?
17,000.
Oh. I'll just Alt F4.
Alt F4. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I'll just Alt F4 my way out of this one.
Okay. So it is a precarious scenario. So I'm going to set this one at hard for a DC of 20. You said you're going to use Ygritte, which has a normal modifier of 7. And I'm going to say that this is because you're dealing with your people here. It's like a toss-up between loyalty and stability. I'm trying to... Let me see if there was a suggestion over here. It suggested loyalty. Oh, actually, also the suggested DC was slightly harder. That's right.
But I've also gone with a different kind of option.
But you're also going with a different option, and I actually like your option. So I will, because it was suggested to be formidable, which is the DC 23. I will accept your option as a hard instead of formidable, because you're saying I'm making the decision, but you're going to join me on it. You know what I mean? And that way, if things go sour, they go sour. So, all right, cool. So formidable, hard, which is a 20. It's a 7 and it's a loyalty check, so you get a +2. So it's a coin toss. It's a +11 against a DC 20, right? No, +9 against DC 20. It's a coin toss.
Yeah.
All right, sir, are you ready? Oop, shh.
Do I have anything not with Ygritte? Could hire adventurers. But I honestly need that BP. I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna have to risk it. Risk it for the biscuit score. Alright, so it's +9.
It is a +9 against a DC 20. Yes, sir.
Alright, let's go. Oh, we got it.
Ooh. Okay. DC was what again? 20? So you have a 25% chance to get a critical success if there's luck. Do you want to take that chance of somehow making this a better situation for you? Adventurers. Joey's like, get adventurers.
No, normally I would. I would have done that.
It's like they get sparring partners on both sides. You get like gladiators to die alongside them, turn it into a whole goddamn spectacle. But you can't
it's
because
gonna
I think
be.
you
It's
already
the
did
opening of the. It's gonna be the opening of the theater, which is gonna immediately be upgraded into a coliseum.
that. Green. It is a successful advisor event. That doesn't mean that the sun survives. We're gonna play that one out in a minute. Do you want that 25% chance to
You know, I do. I really do. But if I look, I don't. I'm sick of seeing you laughing. All right. I know you're always baiting.
I laugh all the time. Ha 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 ha.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. Yeah,
Go for it. Connect 4. Oh, your only luck. Oh.
It was worth the try.
Do it. All right, cool. All right. Does he win? All right. The question is, did you
Does
stack
the warlord
the
of
deck?
Mamasu
show up? Yes.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So does because you succeeded. So does
this
he?
This is going to be done next month, though. Remember, this has to be done next month.
Ooh,
with
so
the
you wanna
opening
play
of the theater.
Want to play it out next month?
Yeah, we have to because it's now a spectacle.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you want to, just pretend it's next month and do it now.
No, that's fine. I'm just thinking, what's the best way to have this play out? It could be simply like 2 people roll D100 and see how it goes. First of all, did you stack the deck or no? Or did you try to keep it even for who he was fighting? Don't give me sad eyes.
Nah, it's even.
Yeah?
It is even as fight. He's got to be he's got to be strong. If he's not strong, he's weak. And what happens with the weak? They're not strong.
We eat them.
Hmm.
I gave the dog a plaid shirt that matched the eggplant chew toy she was chewing on to as a blanket, so she could snuggle up in it. I like tucked it in around her so she could match daddy. All right, cool. So so you want that to play out. Now I'm trying to think, we can easily just have it be like a I don't know, best out of 3 D100 roll. Maybe we can have I don't know, 2 people like Viking and Ashen make characters and war it out on the side and just let us know the outcome. Like I don't know, like
You know, it'd be really cool if you just got 2 people and we had an actual combat to see who
people actually beat the shit out of each other in real life.
Yeah,
like in real life, 2 people just punch each other in the face.
Real life, yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna say, could just bring 2 people on if anyone's willing to play one and the other. Have them both make 1 character each, same level.
That's right. They can't be high level either, right? They have to. It makes sense. They have to be like 2 level 2 characters, or what does everybody say? The game gets more fun at level 3 or whatever it is, right? So 2 people just come by and murder each other. So, that's funny. So, I think we could potentially get 2 people to show up and do that. That'd be kind of funny. It'd be a quick combat, right? Like they just kind of jump into it. So
level 3, the max health they got is what?
If you're a barbarian, 36 plus con, like 40 something.
Yeah, but that's
you said max. Well, you said max.
Yeah, I did say max. Yeah.
It's like probably 48 is the max. So
yeah.
But either way,
I just like the idea of these 2 people making these characters, and they're making them to win. They're using guides. They're asking for point buy.
They're using for. Oh my god, they don't get point buy. They have to roll for stats. Ooh, that's rough. See, the problem is I don't know. My issue is, again, talking about rolled for stats is if you make them roll for stats and then and then one person just happens to roll shitty for stats, the other person just happens to roll well and they know about that going in, then you already know that the combat's skewed not in your favor, right? Not rolled for stats. So not rolled for stats is that it skews to min max, and then it's who can do the better build. But now Jake's talking about using forums. I don't know. I think this is kind of fun. Jake, I think we're gonna have to get two people to show up and fight it out. So
100%. I'm in. Dude, what a brilliant idea I had.
Either that, or I can open up a text chat in Discord, and we can do an old school like 1990s forum combat. My character stabs you in the heart. It's like, actually, I block it with my shield. Actually, I have a shield piercing spiker that pierces your shield and stabs you in the heart. Actually, I teleport away.
Listen, we got to do something for the YouTube viewers, Scott. All right, we're gonna have to do this. Have to do this live, and one day, guys.
It's funny. Viking wants to be one of the people. Jake, we should have Viking be one of the people. Viking, True Blue, he should represent. True Blue should represent. He should be the murderous noble's son. That makes sense. That sounds like Viking.
No, the Viking is 100% Densho champion here.
Yeah, and you want Joey to be the murderous noble's son.
Kind of. I mean, hey, if some people volunteer,
you did not make them. That is completely not true at all. You did not make the noble's son. Absolutely, you did not. I did just now. Anyways, do you know who you want to be the opposite Viking? Yeah. Mortimer's grandson. Let's go.
I think Mortifer's grandson is my son. I have a son that is.
Wait, hold on. Let's talk about this logically. Mortimer's grandson is your son. Okay, that makes sense. I get it now. All right. I was like, wait, what? You don't make babies by talking, but I get it now.
I think Joey really wants to do it. To Viking v Joey. What do we think?
Viking v Joey? I don't know. Viking. Viking. Are you sure you want to lose to Joey? I mean, Viking, listen, no disrespect, but like I already hang out with two Australians, and the combined effort of both of them
Viking,
is 1/20th of what Joey does.
There is no losing.
So much confidence.
Listen,
Joey, I know
get
how
on
to
those
win.
forums. All right, research. You know, Joey's got like 10 tabs open already. All right, Viking, you're gonna have to keep up.
Yeah, listen, Joey, you just have to play a character that gets to have a animal companion and bring a combatory with you. You can't lose to an Aussie if you got a combatory. Just saying. All right. Cool. Let's get away from the goofiness and back to the thing. Oh, by the way, I can make a Roll20 account for you guys to start building into in a minute. I'll do that while we're talking about other stuff. Just give me a few minutes, okay, boys? And let me open up a channel in Discord so you can talk about it. Here we go.
Let me be in this channel as well, please.
Yeah, you'll be there. Give me 1 second. Channel. MAN. I always forget how to spell Maso. MAN. MOSU.
MOSU.
MOSU. I misspell chat probably more often than anything else. All right. Oop, I did that wrong. Okay. And then the other one is going to be...
That is correct, Green. We want him to lose.
Okay. Boom. All right, we have two different chats. Everybody can see both chats except for Viking and Joey. They're the only ones that can't see both chats. It's in the Discord under the tab tabletop. There's the two different chats that are there, so everybody can see the two of them except for Viking and Joey. They can only see their own. This way, they can spitball ideas with anybody that they want to, and anybody can participate. Okay, they just can't see each other's builds, and I imagine everybody will not ruin it to one another. So let's do and then I'm just gonna at you boys over there. Oh, Viking already said ha. The first message in Viking's chat was funny.
That was good.
It was good. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah, just so level. Let's go level 3, just for fun, just to let you guys. Usually I would say 2, but let's do level 3 just for you guys to have fun. I agree, Norway vanilla. But technically speaking, vanilla PCs get traits, but NPCs don't. So we're gonna say no traits. Okay. So nothing special, nothing over the top, right? So it's just going to be race, class, build it out. If you spend a feat on traits, you're welcome to. So, Joey, that means no drawbacks. Joey's like, well, I'm playing One-Eyed Willie, and he actually gets critical hits on 10 to 20 because he's missing an eyeball, and that's how the game works.
It's one-eyed, one-armed, one-legged Willie. He's got 5 extra bonus feats at level 3.
He is like Die Hard, true Die Hard, ultimate Die Hard, Die Hard with a vengeance. That way, like, even when the character loses, he's like, well, he didn't actually die. So technically I didn't lose. And you're like hacking him up with like a chainsaw or something, and he's just like, I'm still not dead. Still haven't won. All right, cool. Awesome. Let's get into the game again. Oh boy. Where were we? I don't even know anymore. Oh, sorry, just those chats are getting funny. All right, cool. So, back to you, sir. All right, so we took care of that. Tracks in Vassal. Where do you want that to take place? Like, let me move this map over slightly.
It's already marked. I think it's over here.
Oh yeah, it is slightly lighter color. And what is it actually called? Did you have a name for it?
Joey, did you name it?
Why is Joey one that came up with it?
Yeah. I think it was Joey's made the.
Oh, that was an event.
Let me just send me this.
Okay. You let me know when, and I will put the name. Oh, that's her name. Oh, clan. Here we go. Wait, clan name Tiga capital. What?
I guess the settlement name that they're building over there.
Well, it says capital, which is funny, but I get what he's trying to say. So capital name is Swaka. Is that how you pronounce that?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, I accept. Then show. Oh, I know why that. Meh. All right, Varix and Dale review. That's what I wanted to say. Show nameplate. And we're good. So Suaka is the name of the area here from the Traxian clan, Traxian tribe. So that's all situated for you. So that's good news. We don't have any benefits come to you guys from the from your vassal states, do we? I don't think we do, right? Not
I think
directly.
Cell was supposed to work it out at some point. It just never got worked out.
Yeah, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just sad that that's kind of like something that kind of fell hard. There's rules for having vassals, but no benefit.
They
for
do
having
provide
vassals.
a benefit to the kingdom, which is what Joey's got written there. because they fill the viceroy slot thing.
Oh, they filled a viceroy slot? What?
Yeah.
Oh. So, viceroys usually offer a very small bonus. But you're having them take up one of the viceroys? Sure. We
Yeah.
can have that. Added to your sheet. That's fine. I accept. Is Roderick still one?
No.
Okay, because he's still on there. Cool.
Yeah, I think he's on the
So-
last.
As a viceroy, you don't offer much. You offer half your intelligence or wisdom modifier, and then a bonus that comes from your from specifically knowledge geography. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like you're gonna have a huge bonus from that.
Joey, do you want to send the character sheet that you made for her?
I don't know if I'm looking right here in the campaign, and I don't see a character sheet made for this one.
I don't think he had access to any other sheets. So I think he made it probably in his. I would assume he just hasn't ported it over.
I'd have to look and see if
Yeah.
I'd have to look and see how it was built out, because it's not supposed to be a super tough one.
Oh, we decided to use what is it?
A hype train upgrade.
Follower.
Oh, use the follower.
Yeah.
She went from "Hi, nice to meet you" to
I will die for you.
Yeah.
My life for ire.
right. Like that's just what happens anytime any named character walks into Densho. They walk in as a Terran, then all of a sudden they take a knee.
My life for ire.
I'm like,
Yep.
all right.
Need to construct additional pylons.
All right. If he ports it in, it'll take a couple of minutes, but it'll eventually port in on its own. I'll be able to see it kind of like pop up. All right, moving on from that then. Let's see. You spoke to Sonya. You did your events. We'll do the tri-action thing. We'll see her in a second when she pops in. Pylons, nice. And now it's the 2 bits of information from Zinquin, and then finally your random event. And then finally, Jake, we're done torturing you.
Yeah. All right, these are juicy tidbits from Zin Quinn, right?
Extremely juicy. They even squirt in your mouth. That's how juicy they are.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. Just checking a work thing real quick. Wednesdays. Gotta love Wednesdays. Nice.
You know, Joey's got a burner account on Discord, which is just like in the other chat right now. 100%.
I didn't even think about that. God damn it. All right, now I have to lock it out. Now I have to lock it out from everybody. Now I gotta do that. God damn it. You ruin everything. So hold on. Rolls everyone can't see. Now I have to allow specific people into that room because of you.
I can just imagine Joey but logging out of Discord and logging into another one. Just change it if you want, Joey.
All right, now I fix it. I don't think Vikings are committed. So all right, I think I did the correct permissions. God damn you. All right, we're good now. We're good now. All right, let's see. I already imported it before I realized. Oh, okay, cool. All right, I will, like I said, I'll make a campaign for you guys in a minute. So let me get back to what we're doing. That's an interesting furry image right there. just looking this over really quickly. Okay. So, man, next time I do a kingdom building campaign, I'm gonna have to be a lot more strict on what's allowed. I'm like, it's a low level area. Every 5th level character on the continent serves in the clans of Kajinxi. They're an unstoppable force. Oh, I'm glad it's low level. Either way, as it's built, it is a +5. And they offer what? Loyalty? No, economy. Oh, you need that. That's some big boy money. So that actually should have been taken care of prior. Do you remember what you rolled for economy?
No, I don't.
Because +5 means that what's your economy divided by 2.5?
Divided by 2.
Divided by 2. That means you should have 2 more BP in your bank. I'll add that right now. Because that should have been done during like the leadership tick, right? So cool.
Yeah.
As vanilla as they come. Standard array. You don't roll for stats, Viking. You use I was actually suggesting point buy, but I like Norway's suggestion better. Norway, that's a top tier suggestion right there. There's some big brain. Absolutely standard array. That means both of you guys have a 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8 prior to which one? That's actually not even an NPC standard array. That's a PC standard array, right? An NPC standard array is way lower than that in Pathfinder. It's like got 2 9s and an 8 in it or some shit like that. Like it's bad. Yeah, that is heroic standard array. That's pretty top tier. I accept Norway's proposal. We're getting married. No. So back to you, sir.
Yeah, back to me.
Yeah, that's a rough one. All right, cool. That's just not fun. All right, sir.
All right, so the next one was...
Oh, it's the vital information, then random event, then we're finally done.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, Sal wakes up. Hey, guys, what's going on? I guess we're doing more. I'm like, wait, I can actually make breakfast this morning. Why are you saying poor Brit? What's the matter with Brit? What happened to her? She stubborn too. Actually, jokes aside, she, you know, my glass that I use, the tears of my players. It was this is a Christmas gift I got this past year. It's a really cool box kit. It says tears of my players on it, and it came with a decanter and 2 glasses that say the same thing, tears of my players. It's like a really cool set. I haven't put anything in the decanter yet, but I've been using the glass on stream. Brittany was washing dishes the other day, because you hand wash stuff like that because it's frosted. You don't put it in the dishwasher. She was washing it, and it all of a sudden just exploded in her hand, and she like cut herself kind of bad. So, you know, you clean it out, dress it up or whatever, you know, you're fine. The next day it was like really hurting her still. Like one of the 4 cuts or whatever she got was really hurting her. So she, so then she ends up having to get tweezers. And this is after it's already been healing for like 16, 18 hours, and has to then start digging in with tweezers to pull out 2 tiny shards of glass that were still in her hands that she missed that night. And now it's starting to heal. But, oh boy, the poor thing. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I'd help you.
I'm glad she didn't have to choose from, you know, getting stitches or just like, you know, maybe just saying goodbye to the hand.
No stitches, by the way. What are stitches
that is
for?
lucky, though.
Do you have any idea how much stitches cost?
No, I don't. I don't. They're free here. So.
Oh, that hurts. That's a painful answer. That is a worse answer. It was like, I was like, do you want me to bring you to the doctor? She's like, no. Like, seriously, all jokes aside, to go to the doctor, you'd probably be going to the ER for that. In which case, you're literally spending hundreds, if not like a solid $2,000+ just to have a couple stitches put into a cut in the hands. When you just get one of those stitch bandages, the ones that apply pressure for you and like pinch it shut, and throw some triple antibiotic on it, call it a day. And then she's been cleaning it out with peroxide. Tesh, just walking into the ER, all jokes aside, just walking into the ER has an automatic deductible of $500. Just walking in and signing paperwork. That's an automatic deductible of $500. It's crazy. So yeah, you just get the ones that you buy over the counter, the adhesive ones. But anyways, and that doesn't even include if they give you, let's say they give you a painkiller, let's say they give you a local anesthetic, just to numb the pain. That's already a solid $250. Like, I'm not exaggerating. So you're already at $750 and you haven't even gotten a stitch yet, right? Like, it is, yeah. Anyways, not for me. I have way better insurance than Brittany does. For me, if I lost a leg, it would cost me at most like $200. If I'm in network, if I'm out of network, it would cost me $3,000. My insurance is way better. So, with my new job. But anyways, ambulance, bro. I'm not even joking. They like literally. When people get injured in the United States, one of the first things they'll say is, "Don't call an ambulance." That's like a normal reaction. Don't call an ambulance.
I've heard that.
Yeah, don't call an ambulance. Just drive me there. You think the injuries? What the fuck is the ambulance person gonna do? What are they gonna do? Just drive me there. I don't want to spend $4,000 on an ambulance, and they're not even a doctor. They're just a EMT. Not to downplay EMTs, they're really important. They literally save tens of thousands of lives every day. EMTs are very important people. But you work for a for-profit company, and you're gonna charge me $4,000 to then hand me off to somebody else who's gonna do the rest of the work. Yeah, it's bad. Woo. Yeah, Norway. Let's not even get into that. So the short version is Brittany dug around with tweezers that she sanitized first and has been treating it herself because it'll save, no exaggeration, at least $750, if not a solid, upwards $2,000, just for 2 tiny shards of glass in her hand. Welcome to America. Oh, sorry, Tesh. So you guys want to hear a story of what happened to my older brother when he was a kid? I'll tell you when Tesh isn't here.
Yep.
Or I'll say it next Wednesday morning. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to him. I wouldn't. I'll say it some other time. I won't do it to Tesh. That's mean. Unless he's actually leaving. If he's okay, he's not leaving. Okay, I'll do it some other time. But it's yeah. I always remind me. Jake, here's your trigger words. Okay. Gary Glass. That's all you have to remember. Gary Glass.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Now let's not tell the story because I don't want to be mean to Tesh. All right. We were doing the 2 really important tidbits of information coming from your whatchamacallit. Let me just double check one thing real quick and I'll get your information. Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Warlord. Oh, you good? Okay. Warlord.
Yep.
I have gotten some news back from Zin Quinn. It's interesting news. I think we should bring Misumi in on the conversation, but only if you're willing to share with her secrets that she'll likely act upon.
The question is, do we need it to?
You're saying heroic starting gold pieces? I think they should have basic equipment. Basic equipment. Think about it. You're in Clan Densho, not Clan Shado. So, like, the quality of equipment isn't exactly high. You know? Basic equipment. No masterwork weapons or anything like that. All right. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I said, the question is, do we need it to?
Need, no, but it does in some ways. It could affect her, depending on your thoughts. You're welcome to disseminate the information. Of course, Warlord, it's your information.
Assuming will not act if I tell her not to. Bring her in.
He nods. He sends word for her to come in. While waiting for her to come, our spies were not just successful, Warlord. They were extremely successful. They were able to find out more information than we could have hoped for. The second bit being the one that will be interesting to Masumi. But in the meanwhile, the first bit, the clan, Xingqin, they are apparently, how do we say, running low on funds. They've been engaging in many activities as of late, and as of such, they are running low on their stores of BP, which were, if I'm going to be honest with you, Warlord, considerable prior. It's interesting when you look into another clan and you realize how put together they are compared. My points that I'm getting to, Warlord, is that Clan Xingqin has been breaking the backs of their people to try to compensate for the lower assets that they have. Taxes are crushing as of right now, and trade is very strained. It is making things difficult for them. There's not really word of uprising happening there yet, but there is the opportunity for such word to be introduced.
See, it is a, if it's done correctly, a very good idea.
Most of the wealth that they have right now during this time of conflict, a conflict they expected it to be rather quick, but they have encountered additional resistance that they didn't anticipate, he says with a kind of like a little smile, right? Because of course you're funding the proxy war.
Yeah. Tesla's supplying them as well.
Yep. So so he says most of what they're able to do is they're overturning their fields and they're overfishing the river. They are really putting a strain on their economy and their ability to recover at the end. If this doesn't end quickly for them, it will be a long, painful recovery. But speaking of ending things quickly, not only could a small introduction of the word spark more problems for Xingqin, but sparks placed in the right fields could absolutely raise their concerns.
I like where this is going.
I thought you would, Warlord.
The North never punishes Inquin for what they did.
Misumi starts walking in the middle of your saying this, but go ahead.
Yeah.
You were saying the North never punished Zinquin for what they did. Continue, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's about time someone does.
Well, food for thought, Warlord. Speaking of, Misumi.
Food
She
for
sits
you and
down.
me, but not for thee, hey?
He says Misumi and kind of gives her a slight bow, and she gives like a pleasant smile and says, Irithel, I'm being invited to sit in on one of these meetings. I'm almost a little concerned. Grandfather, have you discovered what I've been doing?
I hope I never do. For your sake, of course.
She tosses
He
a
says
wink
jokingly, but
she tosses a wink to Irithel and says, as do I. As do I. Like, hope you never do, right? Anyways, Irithel's like, yes. Well, Misumi, I requested you to sit in on this meeting because this information I thought you might find interesting, as the Warlord might find interesting. As you both are already aware, information brought to us by Misumi herself, the consort in Minmasu, Amaya is her name. She is not happy with her warlord, as the warlord is not happy with her. Masumi chimes in and says, I believe one happened prior to the other. I believe that the Viper grew dissatisfied with his consort, and she has since detected his dissatisfaction, and she's just trying to defend herself or try to keep things at bay. It's one of the reasons why she was so standoffish with me. He has grown a liking, and it's threatens her position. He says, quite. Warlord, while in Zinquin, our spies were able to come across correspondence between Zinquin and Amaya. She sits up and has her attention. Apparently, Amaya is secretly attempting to assassinate her spouse and is attempting to hire those in Zinquin to do it. But, Warlord, it goes one step further than that. They are not offering coin in exchange for this. As a matter of fact, as long as things go well and tracks are adequately covered, she's looking to remarry into Zinquin, allowing her to keep her position and power, while also joining Zinquin and Manmasu. It is opportunistic of her, he says, kind of, because you guys had similar ideas. It is interesting that they are going about this route. I'm just thinking, Warlord, as far as clans go, Manmasu is a large clan, middling in accordance to the rules and the like, but a large clan when it comes to those around, including ourselves. And even Zinquin is larger than us in size. A union of those two could Well, it could even rival the northern clans. I imagine they would even want to grab the lands that is open between them. That buffer zone would be collected by them.
We can't allow this to happen.
Masumi sits there, pursed-lipped and waiting to hear what you have to say before chiming in.
Well, as I was saying, we can't let this happen. How do we go about exposing this, though? We need the warlord to believe it, of course, and whether or not it comes from us or not. I believe, in my opinion, unless you guys think differently, we should use this. Use this to have. I wonder if there might be something we can do when he is here next month.
Potentially, but Warlord, he's going to be
Yeah.
here next month.
Ah, you think it might happen here?
It wouldn't be the first time that Zinquin attempted to assassinate visiting warlords in Densho lands.
That is true. But tell me, how do we go about this? A diplomat and my spy master. Could name a better duo to solve this problem.
Masumi still finally chimes in and says, "Well, I'm still curious as to why it is that I'm sitting in on this meeting." And he says, "Indeed, well, as we've previously discussed, there is the potential of greater relations between Densho and Manmasu. The question is not necessarily do we tell him, but how do we want to approach Manmasu moving forward?" She says, what exactly are you referring to? I certainly hope that you weren't suggesting that I should marry into Manmasu. But do you remember what you guys were talking about beforehand or no?
It was somebody else.
It
Wasn't it
was
talking about Vienna?
yeah, so the idea was Masumi or Vienna. Both of those were like ideas. But Vienna was never approached about this.
Yeah, and let's be real, she's not going to do that.
What was that?
She won't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Hmm. Are there any others we might put in place of Vienna? Do not think she'll agree. I expect she will return to the Barren Lands at some point. I doubt he wants to go with her.
Well, truth be told, Warlord, Vienna was just an idea because of certain aspects of her are of, as far as I understand, the liking of Minmaso. Are you in a very creepy way comparing me to a child? And he just says, I'm exploring options. And she's like, then I suggest you explore them elsewhere. And she looks at you and says, I will always do what needs to be done for the benefit of the clan. And if that means I need to wed this warlord, then fine, I will take my position as ruler of another clan. But I do not want to do this. I do not like the idea of it. And frankly, he smells.
All valid points, Masumi. All valid points. But most valid of all, you are indispensable to the clan at the moment. Having you abdicate, even in favor of a strong alliance between the two of us, is not ideal.
She says, from what I understand, it seems as though they're trying to assassinate one of the leaders here. But she now looking over at Irithel. If you were suggesting that I were to replace his spouse, that sounds like maybe others were contemplating assassinating the other one. Is this how we go about doing things? Assassinating leaders to replace them? She directed that question at Irithel, but Irithel doesn't answer the question.
Well, we need to think on this. We can't have anything happening to the Viper while he's in Densho lands. The fact that we know about this is good. The fact of what to do is something that will, dare say, require some thought. I think we should definitely be going ahead with the first part, with the farms and such. But what to do with the assassination? Well, obviously we stopped the assassination from happening. How to do it? And you don't think telling him is the wisest choice?
Certainly telling him is not a bad idea, but if you're just spreading rumor without having proof or fact, then that could certainly sour for us. Everybody knows the negative relationships between Xingqin and Densho, so the idea that we just make accusations on such a grand scale, that's could prove detrimental.
I see. Is he much of a warrior?
Yes.
He is.
It's one of the reasons why he was willing to accept the invite for his son.
Yes. I wonder if we may not find another that be able to take not Masumi's place. He says, looking at Masumi.
She says
Someone to his tastes that has strong ties to Densho.
She says, think of it this way, grandfather. If I were to be wed, how useful would I be?
I agree. That's why you won't be.
I will be locked down inside that clan dealing with the day-to-day runnings of the place.
Yeah. How boring, right?
Incredibly. Oh, sorry.
No, it is. A lot of it is. That's why I have you guys to do most of the stuff for me.
She smiles. He says, we don't have to take the opportunity to try to bring our two clans closer. It is preferable. It is clearly not inevitable. It is a great opportunity, and I think we are foolish to pass it up. How often do you have a clan so eagerly willing and borderline begging to join blood with another? But it's not my decision to make. We could simply inform our ally and just make it as a charitable act. It's something we do all too often with Shado and Kushibashi. I imagine Densho can offer more charity.
Isn't Shado or Gucci, but you're right. We'd be a fool to pass this up. I think we should have a list drafted up of anyone we could possibly might meet his tastes. Family members would barter a stronger connection.
Do we still have that seeking help handout? Hear ye, hear ye! Calling all to Clan Densho! We need someone by the measurements of 36, 24, 36. Ha! But only if she 5'3".
Nice.
Sorry.
I think we should look into it. Because it's too good of an opportunity to pass up. But it just can't be Masumi. That's the only thing.
Gotcha. So you need to find Masumi lookalikes.
Well, depends on if it's the looks or the personality he's most interested in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that right? Like it's like he clearly likes the strong-mindedness and the brazenness of her. But then also you're talking about somebody who, I mean, there's many layers to what makes somebody attractive, right? You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Like as weird as it sounds, one of the things that I find attractive about my wife is she does not doll up, you know? Like she doesn't do like a bunch of makeup and do the nails and all that stuff. She doesn't do those things. That's something that I like. Other people would very much disagree with that. So, but for him, it's Masumi is the type, right? Like Masumi is the person, I should say. To get a clone of Masumi, actually, let me bring this in. Masumi would say, you know, you're going about this in rather a foolish manner. If this man is interested in me, and you were to grab some copy of me, a lesser version, if you will, do you not feel as though he would inevitably grow tired of that one as well? That you were not properly joining the clans, but simply entertaining him for a short while?
Could be. Just trying to think of ways as to not lose out. Assuming you do have a protege, if I'm correct in that, Joey?
Masumi has a protege, you're saying?
Yeah, Joey made as one of my followers. It's he made Masumi a protege.
Oh, I don't think it's this.
Handy
Is it this one? Is it Hoshi?
No. It's you didn't, because I can't ask you for character sheets every day. It's,
yeah, it is.
Made...
It's Hoshi. I have it.
Oh, is it Hoshi? Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Where is that?
I can make it. No, you can't. I can make it available for you. That's Daelric. I wanted Densho, but what I meant to click was Varix. You can probably see it now.
You mean something's rather humorous with this?
Yeah, did you look at the perform skill?
No, I can't see it. Oh, right down the bottom. Okay, let me have a look. Yep. To be expected.
Yeah, it's Densho Dance, and the skill total is 19. So it's perform Densho Dance with a 19. I mean, this girl can move.
Like, well, I think the idea Joey had was the
I rolled trash.
She was like the after all the whole dance thing came out, she was like one of the local celebrities.
Don't worry though. After she's done
She's the
seducing you
best
with the
den show
dance,
dancer. Let me tell you. There we go.
she'll then mark you as hers with her tattoos. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, that makes you laugh. That makes you laugh. Though this is an interesting quality of hers. Oh, chat can't see. Let me make it visible.
Yeah. Maybe he's into that.
Yeah, maybe he's into vor. Oh, that's hilarious. All right.
As Joey said, he is the Viper.
Yeah. That's funny. All right, cool. Well, she says, Hoshi. Hoshi? You think that I am replaceable by a Hoshi?
I don't think you're replaceable by Hoshi, but I'm not sending you.
Irithel says
we need somebody else.
Irithel says she is a better dancer. And she does one of those like
Let me see Misumi's dance.
one of those overarching like slow head turns like you what the fuck did you just say? I love when I get those looks. When I'm like sitting on the couch with Britt and I say something stupid and she's just like, what the fuck? Oh, it makes me laugh. Makes me laugh every time. Oh.
You know what's funny?
Mm.
The skill total is the same. Exactly.
Oh, is it really? They both get a plus 19?
Yep.
Oh no! Oh no, click it for her. Because I rolled trash. Click it for her. She has a 75% chance of beating her. Oh! She is a better dancer! Oh! Oh! Hoshi does it! Hoshi pulls it out! Oh! Oh my god, did Jake freeze? Oh!
Yeah, my internet is screwing up right now.
You froze in your moment of triumph. You are
Yeah.
you have this look to you. You are like we should screenshot this for future time. So let me see if I can snip this real quick.
I bet you want to screenshot that, Scott.
There we
Future
go.
times, right?
Oh no, damn it, I screwed it up. Oh no, it unfroze. Oh, I had the map somehow overlaying it as I missed it. Ah, it's too bad. Oh well. All right, continuing on. All right, so he says, well, Warlord, it is possible. We could always have him under the watchful eye of Hoshi. She is capable in combat, if I remember correctly. She's capable in many things, Irithel, and I would suggest you stop leering after those that are under my tutelage. Ignoring her comment, he says,
perfect. What if we had her perform the opening of the combat? Yeah.
She says,
could, catch his eye.
she says, well, it certainly would be a good opportunity for her to showcase her skills. She has been training for something like that, and I think, unfortunately, this conversation has soured the fact that that is an honor that she is both deserving of and would greatly appreciate. But my point is for the conversation, for the opening itself. Well, if he were to travel by himself, considering that there was going to be an assassination, assuming it was going to happen here, likely his wife would be left home. In which case, he would need to have someone to accompany him. Perhaps instead of just entertaining, she can also accompany him to the showing. And Masumi looks at him, again, narrowing his eyes. He says, unless you would rather. And she purses the lips. And he says, then I think it's settled, since you don't speak out against it. You could accompany him to the games. And perhaps you will be fortunate enough she catches his eye instead. She looks at you and says, Warlord, am I through here? No, she says, Warlord, are we finished? Because I'm quite through.
Well, I believe we have a plan. Prepare Hoshi with her assignment.
And who will be selecting the music?
I'll leave that in your hands.
Good. She stands up. Densho colors.
Of course. Should be happy. This is the first event we're having in the district you asked for. Remember, this is your baby after all.
She locks her jaw with that one. Shall I also be integrating Manmasu colors with this?
If you think it's appropriate.
I think it's clashing, but considering your intentions, it'll have a subtle hint.
Very well.
Shakes her head and walks out of the room. Erithel's still sitting there.
Earthel, I couldn't be happier at these two bits of news you've brought me. Hopefully we can capitalize on it, and we'll be having not a very different conversation, but cause to celebrate soon, hey?
He nods.
Getting tired of funding this proxy, not gonna lie. Seems to have worked, though.
It has actually worked greatly in our benefit. Now, as for the fields...
Yes.
It'd be a shame if they all just went up in flame.
Yes, it would.
Rapidly. From a safe distance, easily retreated from.
Believe that that'd be rather tragic.
It would be. It would be incredibly tragic. Shall I inform our new friends that you are interested in meeting with them? Perhaps if we actually purchase one of the items that they have for sale, they'd be willing to travel.
Oh. I believe that is a grand idea.
Then we shall refresh the browser to see what the options were for purchase. Is that all right?
That's correct.
It was written down somewhere.
Yeah, I've got it in somewhere here.
And so you can take care of that one next month. It doesn't have to be done right now, you know.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Especially since you're going to have to withdraw from your account to even have the money to afford to buy something if that's the way you end up going about it. Anyways,
I think
cool.
I will, because the cheapest thing here is like 700 gold, and I can afford that now. So, yeah.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so we did Sanja, Raiden. We did. I think we're down to literally just your random event.
That's it.
Is anybody thinking of anything else that's missed? We're gonna roll the random event, but if you're thinking of anything else that's missed, let me know. All right. That's so funny that the assassination attempt is you missed Inclame? Or are you missing Inclame? Oh. Wait, I missed Inclame. Inclame didn't happen? I'm confused. Oh, I know about that, Joey. Yeah. But I don't know if he's ready for that. But hold on one second. So, anything else anybody that's missed? Let me know so we can go into it. So what he's talking about in remember the long list of notes he left me because he's a very kind person. It almost came off as like sarcastic. I realized my tone afterwards. I'm sorry. We tell Rory all the time, watch your tone. I didn't mean for that too. Genuinely a kind person. I mean, you literally wrote notes for the different clans as they were going into their turns. So let me just clarify.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Joey's built like more than half my stuff.
Yeah, I mean MVP for show. But I just wanted to be clear because I was like, it's like instinct for me to have tone, and I realized that I had tone when it wasn't necessary. So just wanted to be clear. All right, cool. I'm a dick because it's funny. I don't actually want to be a dick. So, and I can't not be a dick. I was raised a dick. All right, moving on. Vienna already made a suggestion to you, didn't she? Or did she not make a suggestion to you before? About the
suggestion?
Because you wanted her to raid into Xingquin, which you have not set her to do yet. So in theory,
I haven't been able to do the troops. They're going to be they just got trained. Remember?
So in theory, you're going to be sending her
to do the burning.
If when you attack, you send her, right? And you're going to be doing that at the same time as most likely the Fireboy, right? So so I don't think that we need to do that yet, this thing, because you're not sending her yet. Let me just
because they won't finish training until the start of next month, and then they immediately can leave.
Yeah. All right. So then, unfortunately, what's being talked about here, we'll do next month because they don't even have the soldiers yet to kind of go about it. So is that pertinent? Yeah. And I feel as though if we just talk about it, we're going to forget the details between now and then, right?
Yeah.
So let's not screw that up. All right, cool. Awesome. So then back to it. Let's do your random event. Your random event is set, I think, 75%, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Who is rolling for you, man boy?
Could Green please roll?
Green, a D100. Ooh. I'm curious to get into Discord later on and read what's being said.
Yeah, it's popping off right now.
A 35. Oh, we didn't set high or low, but considering it's 75, that's above a 26. That's a 26 or below, and it's below.
I always do the same, which is like 70. If it's 75, it's no event is 76 to 100.
That's fair. All right, cool. Yeah. So then, you want Green to roll it through? Oh, he did. He followed up. So 74 is a beneficial settlement. Okay, let's see what settlement it is based off of the third roll. Third roll takes at least 3. A 32. Justice prevails? Bro. That think what would just happen with Cliff Mamasu.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to read it.
I know, because do I have them intermingle? I might have to.
Yeah.
Authorities shut down a major criminal operation, or
this is too perfect.
Or thwart a plot against the settlement. Law and loyalty increase by 1. Crime and unrest decrease by 1. All right, so what clan does this happen in? Kabe, Nochi, or unnamed, because you're very original with your names.
Yes. It's just this is too perfect. This has to be Kabe.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, it has to be.
So law and crime are affected. So crime gets a -1. Law gets a +1. And then loyalty goes up and unrest goes down. Do you even have unrest? Oh, you do? That means you can make money next time. Oh my god, that's
nice.
amazing.
That is.
Oh, hold on. Don't you get to roll twice and take the better of the two results?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. This is what I'm taking.
Oh, okay. But you know what the other one is.
It's
Thanks, my love.
Uh,
Oh, that's a tiny coffee. Is that a decaf? Really? Oh my god, is the water tank empty? Did you fill the water thing? That's why. Oh, poor Brody, she's leaving. She was playing with me with the avocado and I tucked her into a matching shirt so she can match Daddy and her avocado. I mean, eggplant. I bet that's right. This is going to taste interesting. Actually, hold on. Yeah, never mind. I'll deal with it later. Never mind. You're good. Thank you, love. Sorry. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm sorry. Why don't we do one more just in case, sir?
okay. Yeah. Sure.
Just before we actually fully play this out. One more roll. Norway. If you check cookery in chat, you'll see that I make my wife delicious omelets and she makes me ugly eggs. It tastes good, but you know, mine has like avocado and vegetables. You know, she's just like, onion and ham, you're fine. I think I'm safe. All right.
Until somebody clips it and ships it to Will, and then I just text it on over.
Shh. Beneficial settlement. That's a 67. Remarkable treasure. The settlement immediately fills one open magic item slot with a better than normal item. Medium if minor, major if medium. Treat the settlement's base value as 50% higher than normal for determining the maximum price. Kabe's, well, you have to randomly determine which settlement, right? But Kabe is a 3,000, so 4,500 is pretty solid. But Nochi's only 125, and Unknown Town is only 50. So if you go at that one, you have
the first one is too perfect.
Yeah.
Everything has fallen into place.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, how do we have this play out? You had a suggestion on what this means. What was it?
Well, I think pretty much exactly what it says. When he's here, there is an assassination attempt, and it is stopped.
No,
he learns about it. Come on.
No, you can't have that. You can't have that solve the other situation. The other situation is its own big thing.
Okay, what about? I can't be objective here. All I can think of is, all right, we find the assassins before it happens. You're gonna have to come up with it.
So we found the real killer of the courtesan. Yeah, it was the noble's son. Okay. All right. You want those to tie together with the assassination? I got an idea. I got a carrot to hang before you. Because dealing with the assassination attempt is obviously going to be a very difficult task, right? All right, cool.
We know about it. It's not as difficult.
You don't know who's going to do it. You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know where it's going to happen. You know?
Unless now we do. We do know all those things.
No. But what I'll say is this. Criminal organization trying to do bad things. You know, pilfer, economy, money, blah, blah, blah. If you critically succeed on the assassination attempt when you get to it, if you critically succeed as an additional bonus to how everything's work, it turns out that the people doing the criminal organization were also working for Zing Quinn, and they were trying to cause the unrest or what have you as a distraction, like a precursor for the assassination attempt, more or less to have your authorities be otherwise indisposed. So, but you'll only uncover these like loose strings if you critically succeed. And that way you have like some mounting evidence to work with in the future. Okay. So that's what'll come out. But for now it is its own criminal organization doing its thing, not part of some greater plot. Okay.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Cool. I affected the town stuff. I decreased the unrest. I did not increase your loyalty by 1 yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Session 1 told us that, right, Green? All right. So under events, your loyalty went up by 1. Wow. Your loyalty's looking sexy. Look at that. Even with huge penalties for like for things like training or recruiting or whatever, you can still succeed. That's so good.
That's good because I need to recruit next time.
All right. I think that's everything.
Yep. That is everything.
Oh, in Norway, it's absolutely delicious. Let's not kid ourselves here. It is delicious. I'm just teasing because like I go out of my way to make the omelet because the omelets just taste different. And she says every time, "Babe, you don't have to make me an omelet. You can just make me eggs." And I go out of my way to make the omelet every time just because it's, you know, it's nice. But I don't want to give you access to Hoshi. No. Hoshi done. I just realized there's a joke in there. I'm going to leave that alone. The Viceroy, sure. Yeah, give me 1 second.
I probably need access to that too.
I thought I did. Didn't I?
I don't even remember the name. It's not down the bottom. I don't see the Viceroy.
Somebody should have just popped up for you.
Yep. Yeah, now.
And I don't know if I don't know if I made Hoshi available for you yet.
You did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. I was just messing with you, Joey. I gave access. All right, cool. Back to you. So, sir, I think that's everything. I think that, and thus concludes. Now, what is the order? Does it go Cell, Nick, Jake?
Yeah.
So Cell finished his previous one, and he's almost done with his next one. So more or less, we have to start next session with Cell finishing up, and then doing Nick.
Yeah.
But we wanted you here because of the whole Cell situation.
That is correct. Yeah.
But in theory, we don't need you for the next session if you wanted to take that one off. Cool.
Yeah. No, I will, and then yeah.
I think we might just have to end it early today. I can get to work a little bit earlier than usual. go take a shower before work instead of in the middle of the day.
And we still do a solid 3 hours. So
I mean, that's the best part of working from home. Is like in the morning you can get up and just start working. And I can work till like noon, 1 o'clock, whatever I want, and then like stop and have lunch, and then take a shower. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. Like, go ahead. So, so long as productivity is high, that's all that matters, right? So
yeah,
it's not like you're being timed for hours. So it's crazy. It's so different. It's so different. I'd be like,
so good though, right?
yeah, well, because there's low points at like every job. Whether it be water cooler conversation or whatever it might be. But the fact that instead of doing that like waste of time crap at work, I get to like roll around on the ground with the puppies. But here's the best part. Jake, the best part about working from home. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Home bowl.
Home bowl?
You don't know the that Family Guy reference? You have your own throne. Right?
I see. Yep.
Right? Like, come on! It's so good!
That is a good one.
Home field advantage every time! It's so good. And then my 15 years of restaurants, just like going ridiculous amounts of time without having to pee, has like trained the bladder enough that I know, like, let's say we're leaving the house for like, I don't know, 6 hours. If I pee before I leave the house, I don't even have to go to the bathroom until I come back. Like I almost never use a bathroom that isn't mine. Like, it's amazing. It's so good. Oh, love it. All right. Am I given to understanding a trip is on the docket? Oh, yeah. We are, as I said before, there won't be a session this Friday, but that's, I mentioned that forever ago. And there won't be a session this Monday. Oh, actually, hold on. This Monday, I genuinely don't know. We are coming back Monday night. So we're leaving Thursday afternoon. Brittany's ending work early. Brittany's ending work early tomorrow, and I'm gonna work from my laptop while she's driving. I just use my phone for like Wi-Fi, and I use my laptop while she's driving. And so we're driving up Thursday afternoon. We're driving back Monday evening, but I don't know what time we're leaving there. We're going to Old Orchard Beach, so it's like I don't know. Let's call it like a 2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive, some of that range. I don't remember. So it's however long it takes to get back. If I'm back in time to stream, I will absolutely do so. I just don't know what time the plan is to leave there. I know I have a meeting at work. I just put my phone over there. I have a meeting at work. Let's see, what time is that? Because they don't know that I'm going, because it doesn't affect them. So I have a meeting at work. Because like I'll have 2 meetings while driving. I'm going to be on calls. So I have to make sure everything's charged up first. Like the drive up to Maine, I'll be on calls. Brittany will be driving. And the drive back, I in theory have a meeting between 3 and 4. So even if we left at 6 p.m., we should be, but 6 p.m., so I'm thinking of traffic, right? 6 p.m. on a Monday. It'd take like an hour and a half to get to Boston. So we'd be getting through Boston at about 7:30. So Monday night, I want to stream, but we'll probably have to start late. So if we left at 7 p.m., we'll be getting through Boston around 8:30, which means there won't be traffic. It'll be a smooth sail. In which case, I won't get home until about like 9-ish. And then we'd have to start late. So let's assume we're starting an hour late Monday. Because I believe we are playing. But now it's Friday being canceled forever. Let's assume we're starting an hour late on Monday. I think that's a safe assumption. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't be here, but it sounds great.
Oh, you won't be here. Oh, you're going to take it off? Oh.
You just told me to take it off.
Oh, that's right. Wait, when are you disappearing? When does that start?
The next 3 weeks after.
So not this Monday, the 3 Mondays after.
Yeah. Might be able to do one of them in between. It'll just depend on how it's going there. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, you're bringing your laptop or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, go on your holiday, enjoy your holiday. If you decide, hey, I can show up, cool. Otherwise, we'll just assume you can't.
Yeah.
And you said that's for Mondays, but Wednesdays you think you can be here.
Yeah. I should be fine for Wednesdays. Yeah.
Okay.
The problem with Mondays is I think over there it's like at your start time for Inclame. But the difference is probably out very, very late.
Have you said what country you're
Possibly
going
still
to?
intoxicated. I have not, but I'm going to Thailand. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I know you said it to me. I just didn't know if you wanted to say it for chat.
Yeah, I'm going to Thailand for 2 weeks.
So hold on. It is 9
yeah.
p.m. right now in Thailand, which means that we are 11 hours apart because it is 10 a.m. here, so it's 9 p.m. there. So that means if I go live at 7 a.m., that means it'll be 6 p.m. over there. So that's early in the evening. So if we end at 11, you'll be ending at 10 p.m., which is just enough time to head to a bar. But at the same time, you're on holiday. If you're like, hey, yeah, I can't make it because like I'm doing a thing at a place with a person, then do that thing at that place with that person, right? Like don't.
Oh, of course, yeah. No,
Yeah.
well, when I originally made all this stuff, we had a very different Wednesday that was going to be happening. I didn't want to leave anyone in the lurch there, you know what I mean? But I've made it a part of the itinerary, so it should be fine.
Well,
We'll see what the internet's like. It could be garbage. So
either way, your holiday should come first and without guilt, right?
yeah,
That is 100% how it should be. Because I mean, when I disappear, right? Granted, you and I were chatting the entire time I was gone.
the difference being is like in Clemay, it's almost like if one of us is gone, the rest can't proceed. You know what I mean?
At times, it's just because with the things going on right now with Dreyfus, it's too high amped right now.
Yeah.
To especially trying to do that session without Neil will be really hard because Neil is like
definitely
he's the boy, right? Like he's not the most important character, but he's the one that hurts Dreyfus, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I will tell one story and then I'll get out of here and go start work early today. Take a shower and start work early. So my older brother Gary, when we were living in Revere at the time, there were many times where we shared a bedroom and many times where we shared a bed just because we didn't have, like, my parents couldn't afford bigger apartments. So and we always had family living with us. Like we always had my grandma living with us or an aunt living with us or like a cousin living with us or something like that. So very often we shared rooms and shared beds. So Gary was always known for bringing a glass of water to bed. He would always like put it on the floor next to the bed. And so he would always do a thing like he would start on one side of the bed and be like reading a book, like Fahrenheit 451 or something like that, reading a book. And then he would roll over and go to sleep on the other side. And I would go to sleep on the other side, like the side that he was like reading in earlier when I eventually went to bed. So I was getting annoyed because he would always like leave his glasses there. And many times I'd fucking kick the glass by accident and it would fall over. Occasionally a glass would like tip and break or crack or whatever because of it. And it was so freaking annoying. So like it'd be like wet and I have to clean up his mess. Anyways. So I started putting the glasses on his side of the bed. Like, you fucking clean up your mess, right? I think I was 11 and he was 13. Or I was 12 and he was 14 when this story takes place. One time, he didn't realize the glass was there. Maybe I put it there. Maybe he didn't. He forgot. Whatever the case may be. So I don't know whose fault it is. I don't remember. He goes to get up to get out of bed, And when he gets out of bed, he steps directly on a typical pint glass. Like imagine like a pint glass, slightly more narrow at the bottom, widens up to the top, a pint glass. And it breaks under his foot. And a huge shard cuts deep into his foot. So he's sitting there and he's screaming, and I literally run into the room as he pulls out a huge chunk of glass, and blood just goes gush. Because like the glass is helping to hold it in. So as soon as he like removes it from the foot, it just gushes out. Yeah. So he ended up having to go to the ER, and they ended up having to.
Yeah, that sounds like a $2,000 injury right there.
I mean, back in the day, health insurance was slightly better than it is nowadays. But yeah, he had to get a bunch of stitches.
You
and
walking
everything.
in right as he was pulling it out is just. Oh god.
Yeah, so I come around the corner, I'm like, what the? And it's like, gosh. Oh! So he had to get stitches or whatever, and so on and so forth. So, have you ever had stitches?
Yeah.
For what?
I got bitten by a dog.
Ooh, that's rough. Is that why you
Yeah.
have such a pathetic little tiny one? Like,
Yeah,
I know I could
of
stomp
course.
you if I needed to.
Listen.
I'm
that's
kidding.
exactly right,
When
right?
you're a renter of a home or an apartment, it's really difficult to have a big dog. So we just got back to
I don't have the
genetics.
yard for a big dog. I like it
Yeah.
at all.
That plays into it too, right? Like again, when you're a renter, you kind of have to adhere to so many, especially in Australia. I mean, your landlords sometimes walk in and go, "Bend over, I need a check," and you guys are like, "Oh, every 3 weeks this happens," and you grab your ankles and there they go.
That's right. And they charge you for it afterwards.
Yeah, it blows my mind what's legal there, but then again, the same here, right? So either way, moving on. What were we at? What were we just talking about?
Stitches.
Oh, stitches. So you got
Dogs.
because you got bit.
Dogs.
What kind of
Those
dog
dogs.
bit you?
A German Shepherd.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
big dogs too. Those are the cop dogs. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're no thanks.
Yep.
Yeah. I was so we got a part of the health insurance we got for our dog Marshmallow is it comes with a DNA test. Like that didn't happen for Brody. She didn't get that because she never had the puppy insurance. She got the insurance when she was an adult, and the adult one doesn't cover that. So it might be interesting to get that done for her while she's still alive, just to like know what she was. But she's 50% American Staffordshire Terrier, which I had never heard of beforehand. And Brittany goes, because she knew as soon as I said it to her, I was like, oh, she's a 50% American Staffordshire Terrier. She goes, are you kidding me? We can never show that to anybody ever, as I say it live on air. We can never show it to anybody ever. Because a Staffordshire Terrier is more or less like an American pit bull. Like
Is it a banned breed over there though?
Yeah. Google Staffordshire Terrier, like American Staffordshire Terrier, just to see what they look like. And then she's like 18% or something like that lab, and then the rest of it is like some sort of like a mix. So yeah. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I can see that.
You see the dog? You see those pictures?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that looks like Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Norway.
I'm sitting here with my pedigree Pomeranian.
Yep. Now, how old is
Percy
She?
is
he? Percy's
Is
a
he?
unisex name. He. Okay.
yeah. Percy is 6. He turns 7 at the end of the year.
The good news about little dogs, they don't die. They live forever.
Yeah.
The bad news about little dogs, they lose their teeth.
Yep.
Like, apparently, like by the time they're like 11 years old, they have no teeth, and they live till they're like 18.
I had a miniature Foxy as a kid, And when it was older, it just had no teeth and the tongue was just out of its mouth all the time. Oh, it was so good. All the time, and it looked so long. Oh, it was great.
Bratwurst is like 12 years old. She still has every one of her teeth. Then we have Jasper's, Brittany's parents' dog. It's like 2 years younger than Brody, and it just had half of its teeth pulled from its head. But he's like a min pin or no, I don't know. It's a tiny little shit dog. It's oh man, it's so mean. It actually, they came over the other day to take the trailer to
I think I remember
help
you.
them.
Did you watch this dog before?
Yeah. He's the one that bit
Yeah.
Rory. Yeah.
Oh,
So
damn.
so he was actually here the other day because they swung by to grab the trailer because they're moving, like I said. So he was in the front yard, and Bronny's out there. What's her name? Marshmallow's out there. No big deal. Brat hangs out in the front yard now. No big deal. They see Brat. Maybe Marsha goes up to Brat and sniffs her, but leaves her alone. Broddy just doesn't even care. She's like, "Oh, you, hi." Because remember, Brat was old when Broddy was brand new. Brat was like 3, I think, when Broddy was brand new. Anyways, so Jasper sees Brat and just immediately starts chasing her. Mind you, he's smaller than she is. Even with her losing all that weight while being outside, he's still smaller than she is. That's how small of a dog he is. He's smaller than a small cat. She's not even a big cat. She's a small cat. And he's smaller than she is. And he chased her out of the yard. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so old. And she's lived outside for months. She's so weak. And there he is, the little fucking piece of shit that should just be drop kicked, chasing her out of the yard. Oh, I was so mad. I was like, Marsha, get him. Marsha, go play with him. And just pick him up and shake him. You know what I mean? That dog shake him.
Yeah.
Like like, go on, Marsha, go get him. Fucking river. God. Hate angry little dogs. Anyways, all right, cool. All right, I think that's the end of our session, sir.
Yeah.
Cool. We will see you guys on Monday. Wait, what they say? What? Yeah, I'll see you tonight at Lost Initiative. Haha. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Where is the button?